Hi, I'm Wendy Prince. Welcome to podcast 5, Teaching and Learning Process. The opportunity to engage in discussions with my course instructor and fellow learners during the semester deepened my understanding of appreciating the diverse population we have in the Caribbean and especially within the educational institutions. The interactions and questions and the ideas shared increased my understanding of differentiated education, universal design for learning, and culturally responsive instruction. In the classroom and learning environment, educators must be aware of and adequately prepare for diverse student populations. There are numerous students of varied backgrounds and cultures, and a knowledge of cultural diversity aids certain students in gaining a deeper understanding of the course material presented to them. In addition, it instructs students on how to utilize their unique skills and perspectives to contribute to this diverse learning space and the workplace and beyond. Teachers must make the time to become personally acquainted with their students and maintain frequent, meaningful, and consistent interaction with them. In an effort to demonstrate cultural sensitivity and ensure that students feel safe, valued, and respected, they should acknowledge their presence and treat them with the respect they deserve. Lesson design, instruction delivery, the incorporation of diversity, and cultural understanding are the first steps in preparing for an inclusive, diverse, and safe learning group. Teachers must provide students with the freedom and flexibility necessary to occasionally reject cultural norms and expectations. In constructing my lessons as an educator, I consider the students and base my planning on whether or not each lesson matches the peculiarities of the various student groups. On the basis of my education and perspective, I wonder if my biases have influenced any social, political, or religious beliefs. How can I use my platform to encourage students to share their opinions and perspectives about who they are and to provide them with opportunities to celebrate their own beliefs and identities without being judged? Given that students now have greater access to technology and a wider variety of perspectives, teachers must engage in discussions and actions that demonstrate genuine appreciation for diversity for their students to imitate. This first start will eventually expand beyond the classroom and schools to the students, families, and communities at large. Throughout the region, there are still traces of racism, classism, and elitism. These are legacies of slavery, when certain characteristics were believed to make some religious, racial, and socio-economic groups superior to others. This mindset must be eradicated, and each group must be celebrated. The celebration of cultures and identities must be genuine, and educators must display this regard in the classroom so that all students feel safe, respected, and appreciated. In light of this, the problem is how educators may design and implement multicultural techniques. Diversity includes religion, socioeconomic class, sexual orientation, gender identity, and language background, in addition to race and ethnicity. In addition to race and ethnicity, education must recognize that diversity includes all other factors, such as this you address, where you live, your background, whether you're the type of family that you come from, whether it's a nuclear family, whether it's a same sex family. Therefore, it is a responsibility of education authorities to provide teachers with multiculturalism knowledge and comprehension. The teaching and learning process should reflect an awareness of students' diverse cultural ideals and practices. Since this must be reflected in the teaching and learning process, teachers should be informed of the varied practices and beliefs of their pupils. Fostering inclusivity and understanding in multicultural education and adopting a culturally responsive approach to instruction are useful for all students because they facilitate the attainment of their goals. In addition, it fosters tolerance and educates pupils with the skills required to thrive in a multicultural society. It may initially appear frightening to gain a deeper knowledge of your students educators must establish a connection between home and school. This contact demonstrates to students that they are respected for who they are, thereby lessening their uncertainty and anxiety based on their identity. Then they would foster skills that enhance learning and provide variety in the classroom. To better comprehend the value of variety for teaching and learning in a multicultural society, it is the responsibility of educators to devise methods that encourage family and school participation in strengthening teaching and learning process. In conclusion, it is our role as educators to begin to expose our learners to understanding what celebrating diversity looks like so they can begin to learn how to respect and value each other for what they bring to the community. Each culture or differences must be represented in a positive way in the teaching and learning process, and ultimately, the young students today will learn to value themselves and others around them. With this, we hope that it will have a positive impact on the wider society eventually, and we can begin to have a region that will strive to uphold the true essence of what equality means. When there's a diverse population, then there will be a society where individuals are respected just because they are. Thank you very much for listening.